said today.
Everyone, thank you so much for joining me today.
This is what 411 said today.
Michelle Stern. Welcome back to my subscribers and viewers.
When I hear,
Welcome to all new subscribers.
type it when I hear.
What I want to tell somebody come. GLP apologies to the media. Don't worry yourself. I love where I deal with, you know. The word is love, you know. When we talk about we have blood and fire, comrade. We're resilient. We're passionate. We're determined to see change. We're not afraid of nobody. We have to do what we have to do. But we are doing it within the law. And we are doing it with love for the country. And we love Jamaica. And we love our people. So you don't have to worry about that. Just enjoy the music, man. Lick it again, the selector.
With the language, we're determined to see change. We're not afraid of nobody. We have to do what we have to do because we love Jamaica.
Look at my baby.
Because you're honest and hear the way he started.
Look at my.
Those little apologies, JLP apologies in the media. So he thinks that he can come out and tell us that they have some plan. They are determined to win state power in this country. Within the law is what they said. They will do what they need to do to gain power. And they will skate as close to that line between what is legal and illegal as they can. That is what they're telling us. But you may ask the question, what could have caused a group of people to want power so badly that they are prepared to take risk? They are prepared to risk it all, including their very lives, to go against the wishes and desires of the people. Because that was what they did within the People's National Party. They took control of the party against the wishes of the comrades. They formed groups, fake groups, 400 fake groups with 600 delegates. And all they had to do was to keep the ones that they had won over when they challenged Dr. Peter Phillips. And by use of those fake groups, they were able to secure victory. The problems they have had for the past 5 years, since then, almost 5 years, is that the people never wanted them. The country never called them, but they fought their way to that position, and they were facing and still are facing the backlash. They have no workers, not in those constituencies and divisions where you have risers. No. They have very little money. The candidates are the ones who have to find the money, sponsors, and all those events you see, it's them that's spending. Because they are not wanted. And this is what happens when you go against the people. You are not going to find that the people will change their minds because you win. It does not work that way. If the people don't want you, they don't want you. If the people don't like you, they don't like you. The voice of the people is the voice of God. The people are supreme in any political system, any system at all. It is their voices, their will, which determine the course of events in any society. And you go against them at your own peril. And so it is the elements within the People's National Party. Peter Bunting, Mark Golding, Leighton Campbell appear willing, determined even, to take those steps on this dangerous journey down this perilous road to what may be their end of the road, a lonely road to their political upliftment. And to them, the political demise will mean nothing to anybody. Nothing at all. There will be no meeting. There will be no cries for justice for them. No disturbance in this society whatsoever. None. None for them. And you ask why? Simple. They are an insignificant, uninspiring, inconsequential, boring, thieving, greedy, treacherous parasites. That's why there is not a soul in the People's National Party, no strongman in any PNP garrison or enclave who would be moved to organize a force to assist any of you after you miscalculate, overplay your hands, and find yourselves in jail for organized crime, gang-related activities, money laundering when you are caught carrying those bags of money, or electoral malpractice. The same thing you wish for others may reach you, and there will be no disturbance because nobody in the People's National Party like you. There may even be celebrations all over. 3 sitting ducks of a politicians, no vacative. There has never been any politician anywhere in history, certainly not in this country, that finds himself in a position of these 3 stooges. Peter Bunting, Mark Golding, Dayton Campbell. 3 sitting duck politicians, and is Uno when we try to subvert our electoral system? Uno don't understand Uno position. Uno don't have a vacative. And to be able to do what Uno plan to do and get away with it, Uno must have vacative. Any police personnel who attempt to assist any of you will be interdicted. Them can't back you up. You don't have no vacative, and they are not your vacative. They will be interdicted. So, we are waiting.
I'm resilient. We're passionate. We're determined to see change. We're not afraid of nobody.
Why is that? Why are you not afraid of anybody? And who are these anybody you're talking about? And what is more, what it is that give you the impression that you should not be afraid of anybody? We have police, we have soldiers, we have courts. But you're not afraid of anybody. And you don't have no vacative. The labor rights are no vacative. Them have a man with them love. And you, Peter Bunting, you like to go on a political platform and run your mouth. The only term they're going to get is a prison term. Him a vacative. And plenty people prepared to back him up. But who you have? You know nobody. If anything, it is you who may find yourself in prison. If what you plan to do to win the election backfire upon you, one mistake is all that it takes. And any policeman can carry any one of you go lock you up. Because you don't have no vacative. And because you don't have no vacative. And there is no anticipation or expectation that there will be any stone thrown anywhere on this island to defend Uno. Uno are the one who vulnerable. The likelihood of a prison term will be for Uno. Make sure whatever Uno doing at the election, or try to do to win, make damn sure Uno not get caught. And I can tell you now, Uno going to get caught. Traveling in Jamaica with a bag of money is illegal. Using that money for anything else other than legitimate reasons is money laundering. And if the policeman catch any of you with a bag of money, whether on a car or on a person, it's prison that you're looking at. Uno no have no backative. When Uno had a meeting in August down our Capine sometime this year, it was recorded and published.
Yeah, man, this will me play it again later on.
That Uno wanted this also to be lifted.
We are listening to
I
this today.
heard and brought it to the attention of the resistance leaders. And I asked that important question. Why is it that they want this also to be lifted? Is it because they want to use the resources available to the party to ensure that they secure the victory or the votes in August town? Because with those sort of gunmen have to keep themselves at bay. With the Zosa gone, the soldiers gone, and the police gone, then these gunmen, political gunmen, will be able to secure the votes that they need to win Eastern St. Andrew. If you are found in the company of any gang, or if you utilize the resources of any gang, you could be charged under the anti-gang law. And you will. You know why? Because you don't have no backative. You're vulnerable. There is nobody going to come to your rescue. Not at the top of the society and not at the bottom of the society. Nobody in the legal business and nobody in the legal business. Nobody is going to come to the rescue. So, we're looking at money laundering charges. We're looking at anti-gang related charges. And then, of course, there is the electoral malpractice. Attempting to buy votes or attempting to subvert the electoral system. That is what UNO facing. Now UNO can always try to undermine the Labour Party's ground machinery on election day by playing all kind of chicanery, putting out rumors for argument's sake that the police is going to be locking up any taxis them see with Labour Party supporters. UNO can pass around that rumor claiming that the police are PNP police. Of course, it would be a lie. The police know them something there. But it don't matter. As long as on election day or the day before and pass out that rumor, it will make the taxi man them afraid. Because after all, they still have their lives to live after the election day. UNO could try that. UNO could also try by calling the taxi man to say, you are paying your runners X amount of dollars. How much you get paid? Knowing very well what the pay is, to try and stir up trouble in the Labour Party camp. When the runners them decide that they're not going to work because them not get enough money and want to know how the money part to go. Yes, you can try that. Because there must be a reason why una targeting taxi men. Wow. Una na hana runners. The runners then who are comrades decide to them now work with no risers. Is that what is happening? Because when Peter Bunting does anything, it must be for a reason. And it cannot be that you're meeting with these taxi people simply to get votes. Why taxi and why that route? When you can stand on a political platform and talk to them as effectively, but you're meeting with them. And so he has a plan in mind. And then, of course, Lava Mouth Dayton Campbell had to ball it out, telling the taxi men that they must not carry the Labour Party supporters for vote. And the flimsy excuse that the Labour Party claiming that these people are criminals and so on. But I'm sure nobody is calling decent, respectable taximen criminals. And they must know that too. And secondly, I'm sure that even those taximen know that some of them are criminals. And some of them are doing things they should not do. Nobody at all. And they would be very happy to get those people out of the system because the next time they take what's money back for them picnic, to them wives or girlfriends, them mothers and fathers, aunties or uncles or grandparents. So they don't have any interest in having any person who do that kind of thing to people, them driving taxis like them. So, Lava Monk couldn't help it. Such an idea is so brilliant, he couldn't keep it to himself. So he stood up on the political platform and bawled out what the plan is. And what is that plan? The plan is that on election day before, they armed with the numbers, the telephone numbers of those JLP runners, will now be in a position to stop them from working by whatever means. By whatever means indeed. And then they'll be able to steal the election because the Labour Party's groundwork will be in disarray. People live sometimes more than a mile away from the polling clusters. Many of them elderly, can't manage, and some will not come unless you send drivers for them. You disrupt that, and you have the election in the bag. After all, they only have between 7 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock in the afternoon to counter that move. And with the ground machinery being divided into constituencies and divisions and so on, it will be very difficult for them to recover from that blow. Yes. Problem with you is that you're not smart until you're not fool. And you don't think it's only one have sense and you can just play along and just move along and nobody notice. Nobody would notice. And then we would have the election in the bag against the wishes of the people. Because if you really believe you could win this election, you wouldn't need to be attempting to sabotage your opponent's electoral machinery. And as far as you are concerned, as long as you win, you know nothing else matters. Because the Governor General is going to name one of your Prime Minister. And then you cannot move against your opponents. The problem is, them have vacative. And you will have to tread carefully if you don't want disturbance in the country. But as long as the crown is on your head, you now control everything, including the electoral office that is going to have to investigate every electoral malpractice that will be carrying on that day. And UNO will be in a position to put an end to that because of UNO control, particularly the public purse. And then the people confused, you think, would not know what to do. Problem is, the man who UNO plan to put up front is a white man. And let me tell you something about that. Because if you're going to do things like these, it is wisdom to go back into the past and look at consequences of moves like these. Now, I don't know that we've ever had any such thing here in Jamaica, but you can look to the continent of Africa, you see plenty of examples of what occurred when people steal elections against the people's will. And then you can welcome back to Jamaica because we have largely a slave plantation. For the most part, the people are cowardly and afraid. However, that does not appear to be the situation when I'm dealing with white people. Look back in history. After the slavery was abolished, we had one bus stop in 1865. As a matter of fact, before we got to 1865, we had a big bus stop in 1838. Then we had another one a few years later in 1865. And anything we want the Englishman to do, they do it. Because after the 1865 bus stop, the rebellion, they introduced Crown Colony, which meant that they suspended the assembly and only the group that the governor appoints to, it's the equivalent of the Senate today, only they alone existed. Within 20 years, we start to raise backside and say we want we elected representatives, and they acquiesced. And it was a crown colony, which was in effect not so crown colony, if you know what I mean. Because the assembly was restored and it went on. In 1935, there was a great to-do, and Norman Manley, having investigated, found that it had no leaders, although it appeared as though it was organized and the people were acting as one, as if one in the spirit. There was nobody organizing them. We saw that same thing in 1999. Yes. But in 1935, it was to do with the labor demonstration, riot, people got killed, and the thing spread like a wildfire throughout the island. I am telling you this, Peter Bunting, Mark Bowling, and Dayton Campbell for no one good. That was because the white man was running things. And it was very clear to the black people of this country, the pure-blooded, unmixed 92% of the people of this country, that the white man is their enemy. Particularly a white man that don't identify with him. Norman Manley was able to give the governor good advice in settling the matter. And how was it settled? Gave the workers what they wanted. Every shilling and pence. It never go long after that. 3 years after that, in 1938, another to do. The workers again raising backside. And everybody went on strike, down to the household helper. Yes, the ones looking after background is children. Went on strike. Dock workers, whole place locked down. And Norman Manley was there to the rescue again. This time, remember, Bustamante went all over the place talking to people and giving them every shilling them asked for. They got, I do believe, 20% increase. The reason for that is that there was this fear that the people were going to rise up against the system And we as black people, when we rise up, when we are provoked into rising up, we no ease up and we no spare nothing. Go and look at what happened in Rwanda as an example if you want one. Same people. So, it was fear of what can happen. Also, why they decided that they were going to look into this idea of universal adult suffrage. They didn't want to do it. They said, mass mind down here, and then came to a decision. And we became the first nation who is non-white, first non-white nation in this world to introduce universal adult suffrage. I am telling you all of this because the white man never fear we, because he had no reason to. He had every reason to understand the people of this country and fear them. And this tons of a white man talking about you're not afraid of anybody, and you're not planning to subvert the electoral system and impose yourself on the people who don't want to know. And he said, you're not afraid of anybody. I wonder why we keep asking, why is it that he's not afraid? Is it that he is confused? That since we have taken over since 1944, and we got our independence in 1962, we have not seen the kind of rebellion taking place in Jamaica like we saw when the British were here. Is it that you think that the people are now different, soft and sweet and not to be feared? Tell that retard of a white man this, that the reason why the people are scared and not to be afraid is because it's the own people are ruled over we. And therefore we understand that they are not our enemies. That is the difference. But who want to come and subvert our electoral system and put out white man there, the symbol of what we know and understand to be our enemy, and think nothing is going to happen. Try it. Go right ahead and try it. I can guarantee you, no back it is. And the police who are watching on election day, with the bags of money, all that linking and giving directions to gangsters, to gangsters and gunmen, what them should do and where them should go. No, them not going to polling station for them area. They will not have any ink on their fingers. And I tell you, we're going to announce where we will be. And Mark Bowling, if you think you're bad, smell bad even, send any more your goons. Come anywhere you hear we're going to be. Marky G, Awi G is all I want to see. Me. I don't know about the others. Marky G, Awi G. Or them have on Sarah Marshall shirt. Or them have on Newland shirt. Just a catch off on wall. And when they look when I see no ink on finger, then I will understand what that means. Criminals is what you send out there to do what they don't know. But the police will be out there too. Me personally will call them and alert them to the fact that there are some wanted men over there because they have to be wanted. Why they not vote? They don't vote because they cannot go to them polling station. Police and soldiers are out there. And that is not good for them person to be caught by police and soldiers for whatever crime it is that they are wanted for. So you send them out Send them out again. Send them out again. Because you know free.
Something smell.
Well, send them out again. Send them out again.
But I want to tell some little GLP apologies in the media.
You want to tell some of the little JLP apologists in the media. What a powerful man you are. What a powerful man. The people in the jungle back you. You sure about that? You sure the people in the jungle back you? Make sure whoever you send out, wherever you send them to, when the people refuse to come out and vote because you're a riser, and that is what we're going to make them know. Don't come out and vote. Stay in yard. Turn on a yard. Because you're a riser, you're not PNP. So send out your man, them go for them. Because them will be going to prison. And they will be offered the opportunity not to go to prison. If them only say who it is that send them to go
Yeah, man,
to
same so.
and intimidate them.
Same so.
You better make damn sure that these are people that will back you up before you send them out. Yes. Because you're a bad man. Well, we're going to see if you're as bad as you think you are, or as you would say in a Jamaican, you smell bad.
Very bad.
That's all I have to say today. Let me watch and see the moves. They're not afraid of anybody. Them is above the law, below the law, sideways of the law, so them no need to fear nobody. Problem is, they're not nobody thief. So, let us watch and see how it turn out for them. Thank you all for sharing, liking.
Yes, big up to 411. For the documentary, the 411 boy, she the nail on the head, me I tell her. She give it to them, man. Jano, thing I get serious. Yeah. I will tax the man and what can go so? What can go so? Yeah, man. Yeah. She amongst them. Yes, Bella. Inspiration.
Yes. You weren't on last night.
No, man. I'm Jamaican Independence Day, so we're going to watch it till the end.
Okay, I did watch the gala. Quite a moving tribute when the children took the stage. That was the highlight for me on the gala when the children came out. It was quite a moving tribute. Yeah, but overall, wonderful. You know, I watched the gala when the officials were being announced as they entered the arena. And I look at both leaders as they emerge from the motorcade. One looks like a gangster to me. You look at a Honus. You look at a Honus, and Honus looks somewhat presidential. He looks ministerial. He looks like he waves as he walks across to the audience. He walks and he looks in the stands and he waves and he goes around. Yes, you get some of a waving from the opposition, but he came out and I think at one point his hands were in his pocket, a hat over his head like a thug, and I'm saying, is this a representative? Is this the representative of the nation? I don't think he gets it. Just his appearance alone, it puts you in a different frame of mind as to should you pick, if you want to pick, who would you pick between the both gentlemen? But not that being said, I was on a live yesterday and something came through on the live when somebody said, and I never looked at it like this, that this election is going to be one of the most hard fought election that we would ever see. And why they said this, and it's the first time I realize that the person is onto something. He said this election gonna mark a landmark for a lot of political career on the opposition side. If the PNP would have lost this election, Bunting would be way, way, way under before he gets back into the house. Mark Golden, that would be a downer, the end of his political career. And it will be a bloodbath over there. The PNP is going out for blood because they cannot afford to lose this election. A lot of political career is on the line. I never looked at it like this, but it's quite a thrilling point. It tells you that this election is going to be a hard-fought election. And it's why I believe Jamaicans need to be out to vote and to send a strong message to the opposition. They have not put themselves in a position to take this country. They cannot be trusted. We don't believe them. They don't have a message. I was on a live with O'Keefe, and he seems, this other one that said he is a JTA representative, whatever his name is, and the other one, and he was saying that he had personal consultation with a Damien Crawford as to how they're going to run the education system. They were giving information to which nobody else knew. And I had to ask, is the PNP operating in a vacuum? Because nobody by now, so far, have been told, have heard anything that the PNP plans to do and how they're going to move the country forward. But yet, they could be spitting out information from the manifesto like crazy. And we're asking, how are you able to get those information which nobody else seems to have? So, you know, it is quite interesting to see how we're going to move and how they're going to handle this election. And they claim that if they say anything, someone is going to take their information and run with it. Then they attack us about the bus, that the wheels fell off the bus and they were on a roll with it. From yesterday till today, they were on a roll. The wheels fell off the bus and the buses are no good. And the buses hit an embankment. They showed the video. When I looked at the video, I said, I didn't see the one about the wheels, but I said, this is definitely a driver error in the fact that the driver may have misjudged the pavement, and the bottom line is the bus, part of it hit the road and a part was on the back of the on the bank. I said it's just poor judgment on the driver's side. That's what I read into it.
You know what happened? I see those vehicles, the long one like
Yes.
that, what they put on more.
Exactly.
You gotta set a rear view mirror on the back tire.
Ah.
Every time you look in the rear view mirror, you see a back tire.
Ah.
We're professional driver right now. And we drive long 60-foot bus.
That's right.
Right? We drive the long articulate bus them.
That's right.
Put the mirror on the back tires. So each time
Okay.
you go to the corner, you see the corner, you see your tire. So you can
Exactly.
reach to the curb before you put in the lock.
Ah.
So if you reach
And I
that
said,
curb and you start putting your lock, you're gonna touch the curb.
and that's why I said to them, I said, this is a poor judgment on the part of the driver. I said this to them. And they will need training. And I said, this is part of the training process and the preparation. I said, but be sure that come September morning, it's gonna be a good thing. And the buses will be up and ready.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't need training.
Yes. Come September morning, the buses will be up and ready. So you don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Just give it some time. They're gonna have it right. But I'm telling you, they can do no good. So I just hope that the people go out and put their X where it belongs. I land there for now.
All right. Yes, I. Sheldon. Yo, Sheldon. Unmute the mic, Sheldon. Mark Johnson. Unmute the mic, Mark. Hello, Mark Johnson. Shannon. Man,
Yo, good. Yo, man, me I hear you, man.
Yeah.
Boy, me didn't know I go on them, dirty radio, boy, you know. Me I tell you a long time, say, oh, like PNP, them full of mad out, you know. I see it, you know. You know, see. So, Mark Golden know, say, Andrew have been meeting up, after 3 Sunday. And him choose to keep him on a grassroots, treat him then near jungle. And think him go control the place. But I don't say it will work. And just smart. The commissioner smart. You understand?
They're supposed to have 2 different time, man.
Me not think of no different time, you know. I mean, when a morning meeting I keep.
By the same time.
We don't know the time, but me know the morning keep meeting I keep. So it will coincide with what. Me don't know.
Yes, Marjorie G. Me play it when me done that. I'm not going to play it,
Come
man.
on.
I thought to give it 2 more rounds there. I thought to 3 more people.
That man, them people are some good dirty ready, bad mind people. You understand? Because them know where you all drive. Like where you live. Them know where you drive.
Yeah.
What kind of car, what kind of some good people. So look like them ready at your
Hello?
so them go
Long
on, so.
Yeah,
You look
man.
like them ready at your long time, man.
Yeah,
I don't make no
man.
sense to even go out around the summer. I don't
Yeah,
go when
yeah,
you go and
yeah,
go, it don't make no
yeah,
sense to go on the
You
summer.
have to go there, sir.
You understand? That's something good.
Evening.
You have to
We have a horse, you know, we don't have to go there, sir.
So Mark, I said, no, Mark, that's a mirror. I said something.
Mark, you open your mic now?
Yes,
Hello,
brother.
Mark. Yeah, man, me I call a long time. What go on?
Yeah, man. Bless up. Bless up, brother. Bless up. Bless up. Bless up.
Yeah, man.
Yes, man. Well, me I tell you, say, you know, we were, no, me a Manchester man, so me support RJ Marks.
Yeah.
And RJ Marks is, you know, she going good, you know, really good. Yeah, man. You know, RJ Marks is going to transform North Manchester because she's a woman that loves the people. Yeah, she loves the people, and you know, we were at a function last evening in Homewood, and she have, you know, created history in Northeast Manchester.
Why you say that?
Because the first time in Northeast Manchester history, we see fireworks in Northeast Manchester.
Why?
Yes.
It should be fireworks
And
down there.
yeah, man, fireworks came to Northeast Manchester.
Yeah, say
It
we
was a
get excited
spectacle.
about the man.
Yes, man, I tell you, Severa.
Yes, I.
I tell you, man, it was something.
You like when I arrive, no, man.
Yes,
when I
man.
get fireworks, you know what I mean? Still bossy. Yes,
Why?
I.
Because, you know, for too long, you know, it's only Kingston alone. I've been, I'm enjoying life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Country people not enjoy no life.
You know the feelings. So the code is massive. Come
Yeah,
up and
man.
watch it.
Nice code, man, because, you know, you know, we have, they picnic them something in a day,
Yeah.
and then the gospel concert was in the evenings,